everybody, Jason Burmis here, and it's official, Monopoly has gone cashless. Now, a lot of you are going to think that, oh, that's no big deal, and why are you even covering this, Jason? Well, let me explain why I'm covering this. You see, this is the next step in training our kids, and us, quite frankly, for the Cashless Society Control Grid, the track trace database system. And this, to me, very much intertwines with the Chinese social credit score and beyond, because we're putting these devices in our homes, these smart speakers, and it all comes back together. So I want everybody to look closely at this headline here. Hasbro launches voice-controlled Monopoly so players can't cheat. It's voice banking. It's voice banking. Now, if you notice in the middle there, you have an Alexa or Google Home type speaker device in the middle, and it's now training children to do this. And one of the big things about the Cashless Society Control Grid is that those that already control this technopoly, I don't want to call it a technocracy because that's not what it is. They know all the tricks on how not to pay taxes and get around the system. Now, the upper middle class person, organized crime, even the lower middle class person, a lot of us, have small cash dealings that we don't report to the government, barter and trade, etc., etc. But without that, there is no cheating the system. You're paying whatever rate of taxes they tell you you're paying, or you're going to jail, or they'll garnish your wages, or they'll take your home, or they'll take your property. Now, as this progresses and we volunteer more and more of our own personal information on social media and whatnot, and the rise of cameras and really a track trace database system here with ACR software, we'll get to that right now. Last year, I tried to explain to people, it wasn't hundreds of smartphone apps that were monitoring users through their microphone. It's literally thousands of applications across all sorts of devices that aren't just phone applications. And one of the leading types of that ACR, automated content recognition software, is a company called Alfonso. So I'm going to play a little bit of this. Are we not going to be able to play it? Yeah.
Talk about our ACR, because we have a very different approach to ACR and several patents around this technology. Our ACR is embedded in all kinds of mobile apps that people use in the living room. Social media apps, gaming apps, news apps, a variety of them.
So to think that this is just targeted at one, no, it's targeted on everybody. ACR, automated content recognition. ASR, another thing this company does. And AVR, which is automated video recognition, automated speech recognition. Guys, this is all in real time. Everything. So even if your kid doesn't have a smartphone and you've got one, they're monitoring that. If you have an Alexa device, it's being monitored. They're building databases on people and their behavior. I really think people need to understand that. And again, it's so playful. Cheaters, your monopoly is over. Hasbro launches voice-controlled version of iconic board game. Again, furthering the direction into a Chinese-style social credit score system where everything you do, all of your behavior, is graded. Now, again, some people are trying to downplay this, but some people have it right. For instance, this is a big brother experiment, and it's a bureaucratic mess. Sure, it's a mess. Well, it's in its beta stages. That's what China's for, right? Bloomberg's like, oh, it's not that bad. Scoring citizens' behavior can spark dystopian fears. In practice, such programs are often disorganized and unthreatening. Disorganized and unthreatening. Tell that to the over 25 million flights that were blocked because of that Chinese social credit score system. And I've been covering this for quite some time, but NBC recently did this piece, and we're going to watch it. And you tell me if you're okay.
Where she goes, Ouyang Haoyu is followed. What she buys, how she behaves, is tracked and scored to show how responsible and trustworthy she is. It's called the social credit system, and in one version now being tested, a person's reputation is scored on a scale of 350 to 950.
On 350 to 950. Are you a liar? Are you a thief? Are you a hard worker? What kind of food do you buy? How often do you travel? What do you spend your money on? Is this crazy enough for anybody that this is this isn't like, we're not watching a movie. Okay, this isn't MGM Entertainment. This isn't Universal. This is reality. Okay? And if you don't think that this is the plan here in the United States and globally at some point, I got news for you. It is. And they want cash gone altogether. And now you're seeing devices come into the home that have facial recognition. Both Google and Facebook are launching these devices, Portal, and I can't remember what the other name is, where you're it's like the Jetsons, but worse. It's not just a TV screen. We're beyond that. We have mobile devices that are Jetson-type devices. Okay? No, it's going to track all of your behavior in your home, where you're going, where your kids are going, what direction, how they act, how they behave, their facial structure. And these people already have a credit score.
And Haoyu, with a good score of 752, is okay with it. In fact, most people are.
It's a mechanism like pushes you to become a better citizen.
Oh, become a better citizen. Shouldn't we be doing that on our own? Shouldn't we have free will? Shouldn't there not be a repercussion for not being a good person? Karma's enough. I don't need a system where a select few get to decide how I should behave, especially with the insanity of the mores that are being promoted in our media and society here in America.
It's big data meets Big Brother, expanding how the government monitors, understands, and ultimately controls its 1.4 billion citizens. Thanks to advances in artificial intelligence and facial recognition.
Oh, it's so smiley. Thanks to advances in facial recognition.
And a web of more than 200 million surveillance cameras.
Are people bothered by privacy concerns?
We think a lot of camera keep the safety.
Oh, safety. It keeps the safety of the people. We need to be kept safe. You know, if you join me for my walk and talks now and again, I feel pretty safe in my neighborhood. Now, that's not to say there isn't crime here, there aren't bad people, that you don't have to keep a lookout. But I don't have cameras everywhere. Now, there are cameras on Main Street. I will say that. When you have hundreds, if not thousands of people, from 18 to 24 on the streets, I'm okay with the surveillance cameras. I'm okay with a small police presence. When I lived in Austin, Texas, on 6th Street, you would have that police presence. That's fine. I understand that. But later on today, I'm going to show you a video in New York City, which is basically like a third world country where the police are right there letting another woman spit on people and doing nothing. So that's the kind of society you get when you compact everybody in. And that person wouldn't be concerned about their social credit score because crazy is crazy. And here, I feel safer with all these cameras.
Good. We can accept it.
Companies are experimenting with the algorithms to help the government create the new national social credit system. The government also has pilot projects. In one, citizens are required to do hours of unpaid work to get benefits.
Oh, hours of unpaid work to get benefits. You want the benefits that you're probably already paying for through your taxes? Well, it's time for slave labor. You don't want to do the slave labor? Well, I guess that your social credit score is going to go down and your kids can't go to a nicer school. You can't travel on trains and planes, and that's okay. That's not dystopian. That's not troubling. Thanks, Bloomberg. You're not a mouthpiece for the establishment.
And scores are docked for things like littering, a messy yard, gossip, even jaywalking.
Gossip. Let's talk about that for a moment. Gossip. So whatever isn't deemed speech that's okay and acceptable about things will be gossip, and you're not a reliable source. You notice right now in this country, what are they pushing on social media? in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, authoritative sources. Even though Google just got caught by Project Veritas, literally saying that they are going to be involved in meddling with the election, the new Scooby-Doo term that the media love to equate with Russia and interference. It's like we live in I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a mix between, Brave New World, where everybody's all drugged up, 1984, where the telescreens are very real, and they are very real, believe me. This bad boy, she stares right back at you all the time, okay? Mixed with, a touch of idiocracy, and it's really, really troubling.
Video of offenders is shown on the local news. And information collectors like Zhou Ai-ni are paid to report on their neighbors. Her quota, 10 entries a month.
10 entries? She has a quota to rat out her neighbors. Guys, please share this video. I mean, how many people are talking about this? No. We can't talk about real issues. No, we gotta obfuscate those. And this is coming one way or the other. Left, right, doesn't matter. Republican, Democrat, forget about it. China is the beta test, and they're about to try to bring this nationally in a country of 1.4 billion citizens, which is growing.
Like the man who carried a drunk person home. A good deed, she says. Good social credit gets rewarded with perks like cheap loans and travel deals. But a bad score means public shame and worse. Huang Huijun lost a court case and didn't pay. Now he's on a government blacklist. I can't buy airplane or train tickets, he says. And the list goes on.
See this? You see this? Can't travel now. Forced labor. Shame on the TV. You're bad. You're bad. This is the type of society they're building?
Being discredited makes it hard to get a job or put kids in top schools. The social credit system will go nationwide next year, and few here are willing to criticize it. Something that may pose a risk itself for a bad score and the life that comes with it.
And the life that comes with it. Welcome to 2019, everybody. It's the real deal. This is it. This is the track trace database cashless society control grid that is coming very quickly from all angles. Will it be another 20 or 30 years? I don't know. Will it be 10? I mean, they're trying to phase cash out. They're trying to make it hip and cool. They're trying to put your behavior into a social credit score system. We already know that Apple and Facebook have done that to you. Apple especially. You got all those nice little mac and cheese products out there, guys? Apple, look up Apple social credit score. Reality. 100% reality. And the reality is, guys, I am 100% on my own. If you like my content, if you think this is important, please share it on social media. Make sure that you are subscribed. Join the Burmese Brigade. Thumbs the video up. Of course, ring that bell for notifications. You're probably not going to get them. But I'm doing a GoFundMe every month, $5,000 a month. I'm going to bring you 30 to 50 videos a week. I can't promise anything more. If we start going over 5,000, I'm going to start going on location once a month. I think that's a pretty fair amount to live on in New York with a family and try to support them while bringing you the actual news. And remember, we're killing the videos here. I did a fun one about UFOs, Bob Lazar, alien life. I recently interviewed Dylan Avery, who I really got my start with Loose Change and Louder Than Words pictures, quantum computing, Chinese tech companies getting thrown out of the United States. Iran, we're keeping a close eye on that. Jimmy Savile, Bolton, Pompeo, Bilderberg, Nexium, Linda Collins Smith, Bayer, Monsanto, the Bohemian Grove, and more. Guys, please subscribe if you're not. Favorite this little website. Come back. And guys, I'll see you on the flip. Thank you so much.